Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Talks. So, welcome back to Football Talks. I am Sabesh Manmathan and today we will be having a lot of interesting talks, and this will be regarding Arsenal. This topic is all about Arsenal FC, the one that is having kind of a bad season at the moment, kind of a bad time. All games. The only game that they managed to win big is the West Brom game in the Carabao Cup, I believe. And Aubameyang hitting the net with 3 goals and all that. So after that, we had bizarre in Etihad. They lost to Chelsea, they lost to Brentford, they haven't get a point. They are at the bottom of the table while the other North London teams first is at the top of the table. So many things have been going on in Arsenal, and the club and the fans as well are very frustrated. So we are going to look at certain topics on how and what is Arsenal going to do in this few weeks, maybe this whole season, right? Like, it's a big season for Arsenal. Being an Arsenal fan, I'm just feeling bad for you guys. Like, how is this whole thing going to turn out? So alright, so if you are in the chat box, do let me know or do ask me any questions regarding Arsenal today, and we will also cover a lot of other topics because Football Bluds TV, we cover all the football clubs. So today we don't have any Arsenal fans joining me, just me, and I'm going to analyze myself what we have been going through. And being a football fan in general, I'm pretty much interested to know what and how can we improve as being an Arsenal fan. Alright, so the first topic we are going to go through today will be 150 million. Is it well spent? Did Arsenal spend well this summer? Yes, they did. They spent up to 150 million for 5 players, and all these players have been, I don't know. Okay, so this is a question that many people have been asking. 150 million. Arsenal has been the highest spending club in the whole world of football. Imagine that. This whole summer transfer, Arsenal's transfer is the highest, which means they hold the highest number of the players coming in, it doesn't matter, but the spending count, Arsenal seems to be having the highest. Alright, so for that case, did Arsenal spend wisely? Did Arsenal did a good job in their transfer market? So as we know, Arsenal did sign a few players, and you can see in the screen now 5 players signed by Arsenal. The first one, the most expensive one, was Ben White, which was up to I think about 50 million. So 50 million for Ben White. He was the first ever signing, a defender. Alright, so a defender. And then they also signed Nuno Tavares, I believe he's a wingback. And then Aaron Ramsdale, and that is, I believe, an amount of 30 million. And then Martin Odegaard, that's a good buy. Alright, so that is also worth about 30 million. And also one more just coming in, Takahiro Tamayasu. Correct me if I'm wrong, I'm not really sure, but yeah, he's the latest one, which had been the last day window deadline transfer. I believe I also covered that in our previous Football Talks episode on our deadline day live, which was just few days back. So Takahiro is the next one. So these are the players that Arsenal have actually signed. Did I forget anyone? Yes, I did. Lokonga, the main guy in the middle there, if you notice, he's the one, looks a bit impressive. I've been seeing all these transfers. Ben White, we haven't seen much because I think he contracted to COVID. Nuno Tavares, when he came in for a substitution, I believe he was doing pretty well, but not much we have seen. But Sambi Lokonga, this guy looks very, very interesting, a good prospect. In fact, many Arsenal fans are trying to see what he can do when Thomas Partey is back, which means Granit Xhaka most probably might be hitting the bench pretty soon, and now he also have a red card with him in his name. So this means that Lokonga can be a favorite to be a starter alongside Thomas Partey. So yeah, so many people have been asking, are all these transfers that Arsenal did, were they really worth it? Were they the players that Arsenal wanted, the fans wanted to see? Because there was no spark, there was no like a cutting edge. You remember the last time Mesut Ozil came to Arsenal, they wanted that kind of spark. Even Thomas Partey, I believe many fans were happy to see Thomas Partey coming back to, I mean not coming back, but coming to Arsenal at the last minute of the transfer and all that. So they were expecting the similar thing here. First thing you got to remember, Arsenal fans, you are not in Europe. Not many players who wants to come to a club who don't have a European competition. That's the first. Second thing, the current situation in Arsenal with Arteta and the ranking and the top and the bottom of the table and all these will also trigger players whether they want to come or not. Third thing, did Arteta really went out to get the correct players that he needs? Like for example, Ben White. 50 million for Ben White. Is he worth it? You have a player, a centre back, a young centre back who is doing pretty well outside somewhere, I believe in Marseille, if I'm not wrong. Yeah, Saliba. Yeah, so Saliba is a very good option, but he actually loaned out Saliba when he had the opportunity to play Saliba alongside Gabriel, who is injured now, and then he went on to get Ben White. All right, and looking at the transfer of Ben White, we don't know much about him, but we know Ben White in Brighton have been a very, very good centre back. But yeah, he is a Premier League experience as well. So we have to see more about Ben White. Now the next one, Lokonga, I believe it's a good buy. All right, that's a good buy because he looks promising in the game. I believe in the game that I saw in Brentford and Chelsea, he was damn good. But in that City game, I'm wondering why is he dropped. Alright, so yeah. And then Martin Odegaard, that's a brilliant buy as well, because I believe Martin Odegaard is a very, very good buy for Arsenal, a centre attacking midfielder which Arsenal really, really needed. So that's a very, very good buy. Alright, so and the next one was the new guy, Takahiro Tamayasu. I think this was a direct replacement for Hector Bellerin, who is now in Real Betis. I think that's also a loan option. So yeah, so Tamayasu, I believe he's from Bologna, and many people are saying that he is a brilliant defender. In fact, he also did some good stops against Cristiano Ronaldo. Well, let's see how he's going to progress. I believe these are all some starting players, and then you also have Nuno Tavares as well. So 150 million, well spent. Was it well spent? You need to let me know. Is it a well spent transfer for Arsenal? Because I believe 150 million, you can get good players for maybe a cheaper price. But certain signings seems to be really interesting, like the Ben White one, and then the Nuno Tavares, and yeah. So, and Arsenal seems to not have players playing pretty well, especially in the midfield role. I believe in the midfield role there are some lackings. So let's see what they can offer. Alright, so these are the first topic. This is the first topic that we are going to cover regarding Arsenal. As you can see in the screen, Arsenal are the first club there holding tall, at least in this they are on top of the table. So Arsenal in first place, the highest spending club this season, and the second goes to United, and third City, Chelsea, and then Aston Villa. If you notice, I think even Norwich City is up there, you know, so interesting. Alright, so let's go to the next news. The next news is actually coming from the owners. So did the owners did a good job in getting players in and to back up Arteta? They did a good job. So Stan Kroenke, the owner of Arsenal FC, did Stan Kroenke did a good job against Arsenal? For Arsenal, right? So did he backed up Arteta enough? Well, Arsenal fans have been complaining. In fact, not only Arsenal fans, I believe United fans, Liverpool fans, Arsenal fans. I believe the main two is United and Arsenal, right? These two. The fans have been complaining of their owners not backing up the managers and not showing up to games and all that. So we know that these American tycoons, they are more busy in all the other stuff that they do. All they need to do is just give some money here and get back some money. That's what they think of. They are not managers like City or Chelsea who loves their club, who wants to see a football club reaching success. No, they're not that. So Stan Kroenke, did he help to back Arteta this summer? My answer for this is definitely yes, because 150 million is given to Mikel Arteta to spend, and I believe, if you notice, he was also backed in the previous transfers as well, because he had the likes of Thomas Partey coming in, a lot of big signings that Arsenal made as well, right? Pablo Mari, if I'm not wrong, yeah. So now he has 150 million to spend. I believe these are the money that the Kroenkes are trying to spend, because they are trying to give it all in to avoid the Super League protest that has been going on to say Kroenke out, and then even in United, Glazers out, and all this stuff. So yeah, so I think Kroenke in this summer transfer, he really bagged Arteta. He gave Arteta an Edu. Edu is, I believe, the transfer management. I'm not sure what his role to be perfect, but yeah, I believe Arteta and Edu are the two guys who have been very keen to get all the players that they want, and I believe the selection of players came from Arteta and Edu as well. And yeah, my answer to this is pretty straightforward. I think Kroenke has did whatever he has to do in terms of backing up Arteta to give him the amount to spend. 150 million is not a small amount, man. That's a big amount. 150 million, you can buy players like up to what? Harry Kane, Kylian Mbappe. But yeah, they have to come to Arsenal anyway. But yeah, so my whole answer for what the question is that yes, Stan Kroenke did back up Arteta. Alright, so this is the second topic that we cover, pretty short and sweet. So now the next one, it's gonna be an interesting topic. So this is going to be the game against Norwich. So Arsenal versus Norwich. This is the next fixture. And this is the next Premier League fixture for Arsenal. It's the relegation battle in game week 3. Both clubs are eager to get points. Both of them wants to get points. And at the moment, both teams are in 0 points. One in 19th, one in the 20th, which is Arsenal. And can Arsenal beat Norwich? Can they finally redeem themselves after a horrendous 3-match starts, and to at least make their fans happy that they have something? And what do you think? Can Arsenal beat Norwich? Because this seems to be pretty interesting. Like FBTV prediction league as well is going to be pretty interesting if we are going to bring up this fixture, because Arsenal versus Norwich, it's the relegation battle. In this battle, can Arsenal beat Norwich, or will it be the other way around? Or will it be a tie? Will it be a draw? Even if it's a draw, I think it's a lose for Arsenal. A club like Arsenal FC playing against Norwich City, that should be a win, an easy win for Arsenal. I believe the last time Arsenal played, Aubameyang did a very good job there, and I believe he was the only one carrying Arsenal for the past 2 seasons, and then even he got dropped in form and all that. So my answer for this is yes. I believe finally after 3 games, Arsenal FC is going to beat Norwich City. But if you notice the performance of because there's one similarity between this Norwich side and this Arsenal side. Both of them played against Manchester City. Both lost the games with 5-0 scoreline. But Norwich had some attacks to their team, while Arsenal didn't have any attacks. I think it's because they were all red cards, and Xhaka getting red card, and the game was all that. But if you notice, in the first 7 or 8 minutes in the game, Arsenal were actually strong, and they were trying their best to attack and make City do some mistakes, and then everything just washed away. It's the same for Norwich as well, right? So for Norwich as well, it's the same thing. And yeah, for this game, I believe Arsenal FC, they should be winning this game pretty easily. They should win. If they lose this game, then that's going to be another talk from everyone. Like, what is happening to this whole Arsenal team? What is happening? Like, is Arteta still the right guy and all that? But for me, the answer is yes. I believe Arsenal should beat Norwich, and they will beat Norwich. Even if it's a 1-0, it's still a victory. It's still a goal. You remember, Arsenal fans, they are just urging for a goal, and the advantage is that this is going to be in the Emirates and Arsenal fans are going to be buzzing there. In fact, you might not be surprised to see some banners coming up from maybe for Arteta to leave if they lost this game, but I'm really hoping that things might change and Arteta might get his win. But if he lose, then this is the next question: is Mikel Arteta the right guy to take over Arsenal? Is he the right one? Is he the manager for the club? Is he the Wenger in the making? So this is another question that many fans are curious now. In fact, I believe 90% of the Arsenal fans are going towards an Arteta out, and hashtag of Arteta out. They want him out of the club. They feel like he is not enough experience. In fact, this is a fun fact. Mikel Arteta is the only manager in the Premier League to manage such a big club without any experience except for having a coaching experience. Like you can see in the likes of Ole, he has an experience. Even Frank Lampard, he has an experience before coming to Chelsea. And even Nuno, his first job was not Wolves. He had another job before Wolves coming here. And Graham Potter, I believe, even he before coming to Brighton had another job outside. But Mikel Arteta is not such. From a player, he became a head coach in Manchester City under Pep Guardiola. From there, he got this Arsenal offer. He took the offer and he won them 2 trophies so far. One is the FA Cup, one more I believe is the Community Shield. And then, everything just dropped. And they were in the Europa League semi-final last season, I believe, and then there was also some struggles when they were trying to get a win, and then Aubameyang was subbed off, I believe, in the 77th minute and stuff. So things are not going pretty well for Arsenal. It has been downhill ever since, and if they lose this Norwich City game, I believe the next game will be Burnley, which is also going to be tough, and then they have the North London derby, right, against Tottenham, who is currently first on the table. So things are not going pretty well for Mikel Arteta at the moment, and I really hope that Arteta has found his rhythm, because according to some of the players as well, it seems like Arteta don't only control and manage the team, but he also tries to take charge of the coaching areas where when the players are training, he tends to go inside and just give his opinions, and all this has been happening as well. So we really hope that Mikel Arteta can come out of this. If not, then I believe the Norwich might be the last game perhaps. So yeah, so these are all my questions, all my own questions and all my own answers. So if you feel Arteta is the right one, so if this question is directed to me, my answer is I think no. I think Arteta is not the right one. Looks like he has a lot of struggles. Perhaps he needs some more experience before he can manage a club like Arsenal. We have to also notice, man, big clubs like this, like Arsenal and all the top 6 clubs, the fans will be furious if you're not going to win. And the way Arsenal is now, like in the last place of the Premier League, obviously any fans out there with their club being last place will not like it at all, especially when you are in one of the top 6 clubs. And that is the reason why Arteta has to go. But it's not over. Looks like he has game until the Tottenham game perhaps, and if he's still not going to perform, then I believe Arteta's time in Arsenal is going to be short-lived. And if you notice even the statistics, Unai Emery as a manager has shorter time compared to Mikel Arteta. Looks like Arteta is a little lucky as well. So yeah, so these are all my takes, these are all my talks on Arsenal tonight. And yeah, we have a lot of live watch-alongs coming soon. I don't want to brag so much as well. And if you are watching this live at the moment, you can also drop your chat box on what we can cover next, because I have another big agenda coming soon, and the next one is going to be something very interesting, and the topic will be out right in our social media before we do a live session soon. And that session we might be having someone to join us as well to see what is their take in that topic. So it's going to be a bit interesting. And I am Sabesh Manmathan. Even though I am a United fan, I'll be covering all sort of topics, all kind of football topics, regardless of what club is it today. Like we covered Arsenal, and then we covered the summer transfer deadline the other day, and the next one we might be covering something else as well. So until the next time, do join us. You can check out all our other channel content as well. We have a lot of podcasts. Football transfers is done, but it's not really done here. In Europe, in UK it's done, but in Europe it's still not done. We have watch-alongs. Just that watch-alongs now is a little hold because we don't have a Premier League match. We're having a lot of Premier League games soon coming. CR7 is back, remember? Alright, and then we also have the FBTV Prediction League. The top of the table after 19 games can win RM $250. Alright, and some fun facts as well. You can join us in TikTok, in Facebook, in Instagram, and also in YouTube. And if you are new to the YouTube, all you have to do is just subscribe to the channel. And until I meet you all the next time, Sabesh Manmathan signing off. Take care.